Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining with us this afternoon. I know it's a little bit drowsy, no, at this very time. So very unholy hour. Kasi ganitong oras, medyo ano talaga, medyo aantukin ka talaga, no? But thank you for bearing with us, no? Thank you for joining with me. I know for such a very quiet, short notice, but um, ano lang po tayo, casual talk lang po tayo, kwentuhan, no? Kwentuhan, but at the same time, magkakaroon po tayo ng mga deeper discussion as well. But anyway, wala pa naman 3 o'clock. By the way, if you are already there, no, just make a comment in the comment section po sa baba para at least mag-greet ko po kayo on the air, no? Right now, we are joined by Pastor Junji Cinco from Butuan City. Nandito rin kasama natin si Miss Lynette. Dito lang po sa Lapu-Lapu City. Si Ma'am Helen Alimhos, kasama din po natin. Alimyus, no? Alimyus, sorry. So if you are already watching with us, no, at pati si Glesa, no, from the National Capital Region. So anyway, before we move further, I would like to make some few announcements. Bukas po ang dami pong mga activities, no? Let's start with the recruitment seminar. We will have our recruitment seminar in Danau City. That's 1 o'clock in our headquarters. We also have 1 o'clock recruitment seminar in Cagayan de Oro City. It will be held also in our headquarters, no? This would be handled by Ma'am Daisy and Ma'am Emmy, and this will be overseen by Miss Lynette, no? So Miss Lynette will going to make sure na carry through natin ang weekly na mga schedules natin dyan sa Cagayan de Oro. Kasi importante po talaga, guys, yung consistency, no? Pag meron po tayong consistency, magkakaresulta talaga. Pag walang consistency, hindi po talaga tayo magkakaresulta. So aside from that, tatlo na yun, no? Danau City, Butuan City, Cagayan de Oro City, and of course, our very own, dito po sa head office natin sa Lapu-Lapu City, that is also 1 p.m. Okay? So 4 po yan for Friday na mga recruitment seminar. This would be an opportunity para makapag-invite po kayo dun sa mga friends po natin. Ang goal po natin, ang objective at ang mantra po natin ay each one brings one. Okay? So yun po yung kampanya po natin. Each one brings one. So bawat isa po sa atin, magbibit-bit lang po, kahit isa lang po. Huwag na po nating isipin yung 10, 20, isa lang ho. Siguraduhin niyo po yung isa. So each one brings one. Now, aside from that, dito po sa Cebu, meron pong mga corresponding na mga site tours. Merong Eastland bukas sa hapon. Meron din pong on-site PKS ng CLI na gagawin po sa site po nila mismo. Okay? So, atabayanan niyo po yan. Magpalista po kayo. Kung gusto niyo pong mag-join po kayo kasi napaka-importante po yun. Okay? So, anyway, before I move further, gusto ko pong batiin sina Joserus Lungakit from Danau City. Then, at saka si Jovi Carrasco from Danau. At saka congratulations kay Miss Jovi Carrasco. Top seller po siya for the month of February. Kaya, if you are watching with us right now, paki-type po dyan sa comment section po. Congratulations, Miss Jovi. Keep it up. Yun po yun. Alam mo, let's build a habit of cheering one another. Now, let's be happy for the successes of other people because darating ang panahon, tayo din naman po yung i-congratulate nila. Okay? So, yun po yung indication na ang tao po ay may grateful na heart. So, ang tao po na may grateful na heart, ang mga blessing po ay sunod-sunod po yan. Okay? So, kaya, kung naririnig niyo po ako ngayon dyan, sabay-sabay po tayo, magta-type po tayo. Congratulations, Miss Jovi. Keep it up, no? Kasi top seller po siya ngayon eh. So, type po kayo dyan. Congratulations, Miss Jovi. Okay? Para, ano po, no? Balang araw, kayo din naman, no? Kayo din naman yung papalakpakan natin. Kayo din naman po yung i-congratulate natin. Okay? Now, I would like to greet also Gerson Herinia is also joining with us. Brother, kumusta ka brother? No? Matagal na kitang hindi nakita at sana bago magunaw ang mundo, magkita tayo ulit. Okay? Tapos si Ma'am Imelda Harapan, kasama din po natin this afternoon. Congratulations kasi siya po yung BDM na nag-handle po kay Miss Jovi. So maraming salamat kay BDM Imelda. At dahil po sa pagtutulungan po natin, na-accomplish po natin, tulong po yung mga BDM. Kaya kalabitin nyo po yan sila. Okay? Kalabitin nyo po yan sila. Huwag po kayong mag-hesitate na kalabitin po sila. Okay? So, sino pa ba yung kasama natin ngayon? Si Ma'am Cora Rikina. Maraming salamat, Ma'am, na nakapag-join po kayo sa atin this afternoon. Sino pa ba? Baka may nakalimutan ako. Oh. What happened to my stream? Ayan, sorry. Something wrong with my stream. Okay. Ayan, bumalik na. Tapos kasama din po natin si Ma'am Marian Jimenez, no? Maraming salamat mo po, Ma'am, sa pag-join po sa atin this afternoon. Hopefully po you're in good shape, you're in good condition. At sana po makapag-join po tayo sa mga events po natin. Then good afternoon din po kay Mr. Bernabe Taneo. Maraming salamat po, sir. Sir, imbitahan ko po kayo. Bukas po may CLI gathering po tayo sa Casamira Towers. Ito po ay part po ng campaign po natin to push CLI kasi ang goal po natin is 200 million. So medyo malaki-laki pa po yung mga tatrabahuin po natin dyan. Then good afternoon din po. Kasama natin si Miss Juliet Plania ngayon na nanonood sa atin live. No? So kung nandyan po kayo sa Facebook group, mag-type po kayo dyan sa comment section at mag-greet po kayo ng hello Miss Juliet. No? Type niyo po dyan, hello Miss Juliet or hi Miss Juliet para at least makita po niya na nag-greet po kayo dyan. Tapos kasama din po natin si Nancy Formentera from po yan, Danau City, parami ang Danau. Si Jason Manuel mula po sa Tabuelan. Ito nagjo-join parati sa sa Bugo na gathering. So next week I think may Bugo po tayo, palaki yung Bugo group natin at po tayo, tuloy-tuloy lang po, no? We have to be very consistent of all of those activities kasi ang goal natin ma-stabilize natin yung mga networks natin sa iba't ibang mga lugar. Tapos kasama din po natin si Ma'am Rubisita Balasabas mula po sa Cagayan de Oro City. So hopefully bukas marami po kayo dyan sa Cagayan de Oro at I know po nakapag-training na po tayo dyan isang beses and I really believe na hindi po enough ang isang beses po. Don't you worry, pag matapos lang po itong mga schedules dito, we will be sending off a trainer for you para kahit pa paano naman po needed po kasing aralin yung Facebook ads. Pati na rin po sa Butuan City. Okay? So kasama din po natin ngayon si Ning Ruizo from the National Capital Region, from NCR. Na-meet na rin nila si Miss Novelin nung pumunta po doon. Okay? Yan. Tapos kasama din po natin si Miss Maribeth Maranga, no? Thank you for joining, Maribeth. At saka Maribeth, maraming salamat sa pag-assist doon sa agent natin na kumuha po ng land traders na project, yung Prt.1. So maraming salamat po, Miss Maribeth. Laking tulong po talaga pag mayroong mga BDM po, no? So kaya pasalamatan po natin yung mga BDMs po natin. Kaya kung nakikinig po kayo dyan, pakitype po dyan sa comment section. Maraming salamat BDM sa mga tulong ninyo. Okay? Pakitype po dyan. Tapos, I would like to greet, no? Kasama din po natin on the air si Mr. Tiodi Baynosa na napaka-busy po sa Danau. Kasama din po natin si Kobe Bourbon at saka si Angel Dorde, no? Siguro magkasama itong tatlo kasi sabay-sabay na pumasok eh. Nasa Bugo pala silang tatlo, no? Si Tiodi Baynosa, si Kobe Bourbon at saka si Angel Dorde. Ito napakasipag. Kahapon maraming salamat Angel at saka Kobe for a job well done sa training natin, sa workshop natin doon sa Danau City. And full pack po tayo, grabe, punong-puno po, standing nga, standing. But doon po sa hindi po nakapag-join sa 22, sa 8, kahapon, balik po mag-join po kayo sa March 22. Kasi meron po tayong batch to. Pasensya na po talaga, sobrang liit kasi yung lugar natin sa sa Danao, but that would be usable na po, no? Usable na po 'yon. So sa March 22 po, may second round po tayo, and we greatly have heard your call na kailangan nyo po na magkaroon ng workshop, at kaya gagawan po natin ng paraan yan na magkakaroon po talaga ng mga workshop. Doon po sa Mindanao, sa Butuan, sa Cagayan de Oro, antay-antayin nyo lang po kasi medyo full pack pa po yung mga trainers natin. Pag na po to, squeeze natin yung mga schedules, papadala po natin dyan si Teody Baynosa para makaturo po sa inyo ng Facebook ads, no? So, alagaan nyo lang si Teody, alagaan nyo lang si Teody dyan pag ipadala po natin siya. So, don't you worry, tinitingnan po natin yan. At saka sa Bacolod City, no? Keep it up, Miss Arlene. We've seen how you have exerted the effort, but don't you worry, kasama po natin si HBR ngayong April 15 dyan sa Bacolod City, no? So yung hiling nyo po sa akin na nais nyong makita si HBR, eto na, bibit-biting ko na si HBR sa inyo ngayong April 15. At saka doon sa mga taga Dumaguete, na I know parati po ninyong nakikita si HBR, but ang hinire-request nyo po is yung training, no? Yung training. So eventually may matuturuan po tayo dyan na matrain. For now, babalik po tayo April 22 po. Nasa timeline na po yung mga schedules natin. So magkita-kita po tayo dyan. Ready your your learning strengths, no? Tapos nice ko pong i-greet, no? Kasama na rin po natin si Marcelina Tinador, no? Top 2 seller natin sa month ng February. So congratulate niyo po siya. Type niyo po dyan sa comment section, congratulations, Miss Marcelina Tinador. No? Kasama din po natin si Ma'am Renita Francisco. No? Kasama din po natin siya. So, yan, ito yung mga natin, mga BDMs. No? Kasama din po natin this afternoon, mula Bacolod City, si Miss Flaviana. No? Kasama din po natin siya ngayon sa Facebook Live. Okay, so grabe, no? Yung schedule natin, Friday pa lang yung sinabi ko, Now, ngayon sa Sabado. Sa Sabado ho, tuloy-tuloy po yung mga recruitment seminar natin mula po sa Bacolod City. Sabado po yan. 1:00 po ng hapon sa headquarters. Tapos sa Dumaguete City, 1:00 din po ng hapon sa headquarters din po natin gagawin yan. And at the same time, meron din po tayo for the very first time. Ito po ay sa National Capital Region, at ito po ay pangungunahan nila Glesan Lisiones at saka ni Miss Grace Pinaso. Magkakaroon po sila ng recruitment seminar Sabado po ng hapon 1:00 doon po sa WCM Center sa may bandang Quezon City. So doon sa mga nakapunta last training, same venue po. Okay? So doon po kayo magbibit-bit, gather all your possible recruits, tapos dalhin nyo po doon sa WCM Center doon po sa Quezon City. So magkakaroon po tayo ng twice a month na recruitment seminar dyan po sa National Capital Region, okay? Or sa Metro Manila. So kung meron po kayong mga kakilala, meron po kayong mga friends, or any contact po in the Luzon area, please contact Glesan Lisiones and Grace Pinaso para makapag-join po yung mga prospect po natin. Okay? Then, nais ko pong i-greet, kasama po natin ang namumuno, isa sa mga namumuno po natin sa Butuan City, si Miss Priscilla Sugano. No? So maraming salamat po ma'am na nakapag-join po kayo sa atin this afternoon. So napakalaki po ang ginawa po ninyo ni Pastor Junji dyan po sa Butuan City, at nakapag-build na po tayo ng mga new sets of people, and somehow nagpo-produce na rin po sila. And I'm happy to see that, and hopefully sa susunod na mga schedule po natin for a training, marami-rami na rin po ang mag-a-attend. Okay? So, sino pa bang kasama natin ngayon? So if if you are watching with us right now, you might as well inform your team na nandito po tayo sa Facebook Live. Baka hindi po nila nakita. So paki-share po dyan sa Facebook, dyan sa mga messengers niyo or sa mga group chats ninyo, so that they will be able to to join with us ngayon. So okay. So up na natin yung presentation. Okay. Ayan. So ito po. Ngayon po pag-uusapan po natin, this is all about leadership. At not just any form of leadership, but this is about resilient leadership. Alam niyo po, galing po tayo sa 2 taon na pandemic. In fact, hindi yun 2 taon sobra actually. I think it's 2.5 years na galing po tayo sa pandemic. Now, all over the world ngayon, lahat po ng negosyo ay nasa recovery stage pa po tayo. Hindi pa po tayo fully recovered, but nasa recovery stage pa po tayo. Mga businesses po nag-uumpisa na magbukas ulit. Hindi lang po iisang industry, kundi lahat po ng industry ay nagsimula na pong magbukas ulit. Now, the saddest part is that there are actually businesses na nag-close po nung time ng pandemic, at right now they're trying to make a comeback, at medyo masakit rin kasi namumuhunan sila ulit. Meron namang mga negosyo na trying to survive within the middle of pandemic, but unfortunately, hindi pa rin po sila nakabawi even up to this point. Kaya importante po talaga na yung views po natin with regards to business ay hindi lang po on the object of making money, but at the same time, we will be able to know and understand the key role of leadership in order for you and your businesses or even your family or even your personal goals, you will be able to recover. Now, ang recovery naman po ay hindi naman po ibig sabihin na dahil because of COVID lang. Marami po ang mga situations that we are in. Hindi, COVID is just one of those major problem we had during 2020, 2021. But on a day-to-day basis, tayo po bilang isang tao ay nakakaranas po tayo ng mga pagsubok. Nakakaranas po tayo ng mga hardships. Nakakaranas po tayo ng sangkatutak po ng mga problema actually every now and then. There are a lot of people actually, sometimes because of the pain of the problem, the ultimate thing na maisipan po nila is simply to give up. Now, the reason why a lot of people reach into that certain mentality na mag-give up na lang kung mayroon pong mga pagsubok at mayroon pong mga problema, because right in the very first place, they were not able to get enough motivation from the people that surrounds them. Kaya importante po kasi dito, if you have noticed it, dito po sa DPPI, we really spend time and put the resources in order to motivate each and every partners we have. Kasi hindi po enough yung meron ka lang knowledge sa industry. Hindi po enough na meron kang skill at alam mo kung paano magbenta. It is also essential na you are surrounded by people that motivates you. Why? Because when you are at the top of your motivation, you are actually sustaining your actions. Nasusustain mo yung action mo. Kaya nga, yung mga tao pong mayroong motivation, they keep on moving forward. Patuloy yan na gumagalaw. Now, the problem right now is that there are more negative people outside than the positive one. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo at all times, now choose the kind of people that you go with. Because the type of people that you go with, it's either you pull them up or they pull you down. Yun lang po yung meron. Now, with the kind of situations we are in right now, the kind of world we are living in right now, and sometimes the news are feeding us with so much negativity, it's rare for us to be able to receive good news. Bibihira na lang po tayo na makakarinig po ng good news. Kaya nga sabi ko sa sarili ko, I will endeavor myself to bring the positivity to the people that surrounds me. It doesn't really matter how the situations would look like, but what is important, that I will be able to play as a source of motivation to the people that I am with, that I am surrounded with. No? Because alam niyo po, ang taong motivated, kahit gaano po yan kahirap, gagawa po yan ng paraan na ma-accomplish at makuha niya yung mga goals niya. Ang tao pong hindi motivated, isang suntok lang ng mga problema sa buhay, babagsak yan. At the hardest part is to get up. Now, it doesn't really matter how many times we fall, because we surely going to fall along the journey towards success. Alam niyo, ang journey po patungo sa success, ano po yan eh? Hindi po yan sprint. Kung hindi po yan sprint, ang ibig sabihin ng sprint po, contest sa takbo, pabilisan ng takbo, hindi po yan. Ang journey towards success ay isang marathon po. Pag marathon po yan, ang labanan po dyan is endurance. Yun po yung labanan dyan. Pag marathon po, ang labanan po dyan is endurance. A lot of people cannot endure the pain, and that is exactly the reason why eventually they quit. That's exactly the reason. It's not about the opportunity, that it's a bad opportunity. It's not about the situation. It's not about the company, that the company is bad. The reason why people quit, because it's too painful for them to bear the challenges, the problem, the trials, and the obstacles that they are facing as they do the business. Yun po yung masakit eh. Kasi konting kirot lang, aaray na po tayo. Why? Because we're not trained to do that. Our mind was never been trained when we were young. Our heart was never been trained to be strong. Kaya nga sabi ko dito sa DPPI, lahat ng training natin will only address two things. Number one, it will sharpen the mind. The knowledge that we are putting up into the business, that's knowledge actually. The PKS, the site tour, the workshop, and all other trainings are all related to knowledge. The other one is to strengthen the heart, to sharpen the mind, and to strengthen the heart. Why? Why it is important that we need to strengthen the heart? Because the moment you feel pain, hindi ba ninyo namalayan? The moment you feel the hardship, the moment you feel the pain, you start slowing down. Tama po ba? Na sino bang mag-a-agree sa akin dyan? Can you type ako? Now, when you are facing with difficulties, problems, and too much pain, sometimes it slows you down to the point that even you stop. Kasi hindi ready ang heart eh. Hindi ready ang heart. Now, my challenge for this afternoon is to take a look at the leadership aspect of the business. Because ikaw na leader sa negosyo na to, alam nyo guys, itong negosyo natin, this is all about leadership. This is a leadership business. You know why? The people who can effectively lead, the people or the person who can effectively lead, remember this, has a high chances of earning much. Ulitin ko. The person who can effectively lead has the high chances of earning much. Now, is leadership an inborn trait? No, hindi po siya inborn. Leadership is a learned trait. Ibig sabihin, ito po'y natutunan po natin, ito po'y naaaral po natin, ito po'y nakukuha natin. So if I were you, I want you to be open your mind to the leadership position. Why? Because everyone naman talaga is called to become a leader. Marami kasi sa atin sinasabi parati na ay hindi naman ako leader, Chop. Ibigay mo na lang yan sa kanya kasi hindi naman ako leader. Alam niyo kapatid, tayong lahat po ay leader. In fact, the moment na ikaw ay nag-decide na ikaw ay mag-asawa at nagkaroon ng anak, ultimately sa panahon na yan ikaw ay nagiging leader na. Habang may tao na nai-influensyahan mo, ang tawag sa iyo ay leader ka pa rin. Now, because all of us are really called for the leadership position, Isa lang po yung masasabi ko. Eh di galingan na natin dito. Aralin na natin itong leadership role. Kaya nga sabi ni John Maxwell everything rises and fall in leadership. So ibig sabihin, aangat tayo dahil sa liderato, babagsak din po tayo dahil sa liderato. So ngayon, kung ikaw gusto mong aangat yung grupo mo, ayan, nakadepende po yan sa liderato mo. Kung gusto mo na kumita ka ng malaki dito at maabot mo yung mga pangarap mo, nakadepende po yan sa liderato mo. Now ngayon, matanong nga kita, handa ka na ba na gampanan ang role bilang isang leader? Kung handa ka na, pakitype dyan sa comment section, handa na ako. Okay? Alam mo, minsan kasi kailangan talagang i-type para ma-affirm mo sa sarili mo kung handa ka na ba talaga. Kasi minsan natatakot tayo sa tinatawag na leadership. Takot tayong tawaging leader. Alam mo bakit takot tayo tawaging leader? Kasi takot tayo sa responsibilidad. Yun naman yung bottom line Takot tayo sa responsibilidad. That is exactly the reason why we don't want to be called a leader. Yan po yung reason. Wala pong ibang rason kung bakit po umaayaw ka sa mga leadership role. The only reason is because takot ka sa responsibility na kaikibat ng pagiging isang leader. Friends, this may sound funny, no? But the money goes to the leader. Do you agree with me that the money goes to the leader? Or the money goes to the one who leads? Agree po ba kayo? Kung agree po kayo, type po kayo dyan. Agree ako. Alam mo bakit ako naniniwala doon? Kasi siya yung nagbigay ng initiative Siya yung nagda-drive ng grupo niya. Siya yung may alam kung saan ang destinasyon na patutunguhan ng grupo niya. Pero kung gawin nating joke yan, that the money goes to the leader, tingnan nyo na lang yung eleksyon. Saan ba napupunta ang pera tuwing eleksyon? Alam ba ninyo kung saan napupunta ang pera tuwing eleksyon? Baka hindi nyo alam So in short, the invitation to become leaders is everybody's invitation. Sa atin po lahat yan. Atin po lahat yan. So ngayon, pag-uusapan natin specifically about resilient leadership. Okay? Ano po ba yung resilient? Resilient is actually, sa Bisaya, ako tuloy ito pakigbisog. Fighting towards the obstacle. Rising up above the level of the mediocrity. Rising up above the challenges. Facing up the problems in life. Yun po yun. Okay? Yun po yung resilient. No? Resiliency. Kung paano po tayo makakabawi. Paano po tayo makapag-swing back. Okay? Now, about the resilient leadership, ang pinaka-objective natin, number one, is para ma-instill sa mga membro ng DPPI at ng mga business partners natin ang importansya ng role ng leadership sa panahon po ng krisis. Hindi po, I don't know about you, pero hindi po mangyayari na walang krisis sa buhay natin. Magkakaroon po talaga ng krisis sa buhay natin. And we want that every DPPI members, every business partners that we have will be ready for whatever crisis that we are going to face. Number two, to learn that leadership can be developed. Dapat po maintindihan natin na ang leadership ay ito po ma-develop talaga. Bawat isa po sa atin. The moment na mag-assume po kayo ng responsibilidad, kahit gaano po kaliit po yan, yan ay leadership role na po yan. Aralin natin to, i-develop natin yung sarili natin at hindi lang po yung sarili natin, but we are going to develop also our business partners or our downlines or anybody within our organization. In short, we will not just be developing our leadership capacity, capability, our leadership role, but we are also going to develop the leadership of those people that surrounds us as well. Okay? Kaya nga sabi ko The one thing beautiful with our organization is that we are in one direction in developing people to become leaders. Maliwanag po yun sa vision po natin, sa mga mission po natin. Ang goal natin na bawat isa na mga miyembro po natin ay balang araw na magiging business leaders. Yan po yung pinaka-objective natin. Bakit to? Because naniniwala po tayo na if we are able to develop strong leaders, we are able to develop strong organization here in the PBI. Next objective, para ma-internalize po natin ang mga quality sa pagiging isang resilient leader. Para sa panahon po ng mga difficulty, problema, sitwasyon, or anything na mga haharapin po natin na mga problema, tayo po ay alam po natin paano makapag-recover. At ma-develop na rin natin yung self-confidence po natin. Alam nyo, ang ang pinakahirap labanan, itong talagang self. Minsan naman kasi, the reason why we are holding back ourselves na tatayo sa harap or magsalita sa harap, it is because yung self-confidence po natin mababa. Kasi marami po tayong naririnig sa sarili natin na as if telling us that we are no good at that. Kaya kung meron kang naririnig sa sarili mo, always remember, that is Satan trying to destroy you. Alam mo bakit alam ko na si Satan yan? Kasi maliwanag po yung mission ni Satanas eh. Ang mission po ni Satanas is to steal, kill, and destroy. Yan po yung mission po niya. As long as nadi-destroy ka niya at hindi ka mag-i-improve, panalos po siya. So yung mga naririnig mo na parang may nagsasabi sa iyo na hindi mo kaya yan, sa demonyo po yan. Kaya i-rebuke mo, labanan mo in Jesus' name. Because I want you to know that everyone is capable of leading. Okay? Now, because of the situation we are in before, when we were with COVID, now the biggest challenge na meron po tayo is kung paano po natin i-sustain ang negosyo po natin. Yes, we have survived the 2-year pandemic. We have survived the worst in 2020. A little bit medyo mahirap ng 2021. A little shorter na lang doon sa 2022. But I want you to know, as much as we have sustained on those following years, right now, during our recovery stage, we are trying to sustain every single activity that we are doing in order for us to be able to fully recover from the pandemic. Kung nakikita nyo po, we are trying to double time with our recruitment seminars. We're trying to double time with our workshops, not just with sales and marketing workshop, but also with our FB ads workshop. And aside from that, we are doing it simultaneously, both offline and online. All of those trainings are available offline and online. Why? Because we are trying to sustain the recovery na meron po tayo. Malapit na po ba tayo sa finish line? No. Ang layo pa po natin sa finish line. Kaya one time, nag-meeting po kami ng mga trainers, and sometimes there is a burden na wag nang ituloy ang mga schedule kasi iilan lang ang mga nag-attend. Sorry. Even I myself, there was a time na nanghihinaan ako ng loob kasi iilan lang ang mga nag-attend. I have those, no? Hindi naman ako superhuman. Hindi naman ako robot na hindi po ako makakaramdam ng discouragement. I too, for one, felt that. But I am thankful for those people that surrounds me, that gives me the encouragement every single day. When every time I see every DPPI members doing their shares, their part of the business, I begin to say to myself na itong mga tao na to have given so much, I don't have any right na I will stop what I am doing. Kaya sabi ko sa team, no matter what, tuloy tayo. We have to sustain everything of what we have started. Will it be difficult? Yes. Will it be there will be challenges? Yes, a lot. A lot of challenges will be coming the way. But what is important is not actually the challenges na meron. What is important is that we are able to go above and beyond the challenges na meron. Yun po kasi, ang bottom line kasi ito lang po eh. Bawat isa sa atin, we are going to face challenges. Minsan magkakaroon ka ng isang kliyente na napakaraming tanong. Meron nun. Minsan may mga challenges na ang kliyente mo may hinahanap na hindi mo kayang maibigay. Minsan may mga cases na ang kliyente mo ay sinusulot ng iba. But the point here is not actually those things because those things really do exist. So ano ba ang dapat talaga? Paano mo siya ma-overcome? Kung hindi ka sisiputin sa mga schedule mo, paano mo ma-overcome yung pain? Kung nasulot yung kliyente mo, paano ma-overcome yung pain? Because a lot of people, when they feel the pain, they stop. Then they quit. They slow down, stop, then they quit. Yun po yung normal nilang response. But what we are doing right now is we're trying to sustain every single activity we have. And we intend to finish it the whole year too. True. Bakit? Because ang layo pa po natin sa pinaka-goal po natin. And we wanted to produce more and more and more millionaires dito po sa DPPI. Bakit? We've been telling people DPPI is all about building people and changing lives. And we will never stop until we are able to see that you are built here and that your lives are changing here. And that is exactly the reason why we are going to sustain everything of what we have started. Kaya, samahan nyo kami sa pagsusustain sa lahat po ng ito. Okay? Now, resilience is all about bouncing back. Bottom line, resilience is all about bouncing back. Paano ka ba makapag-recover mula sa isang krisis, mula sa isang pagsubok, mula sa isang problema, paano ka makapag-bounce back? Sabi pa nga ni Michael Jordan, he became the greatest player of all time, not because he plays basketball very well, but because he was able to learn to do it again, over and over again, every time he misses a shot. That in fact, when Michael Jordan missed a single shot or missed or lost a game, he goes back to the court and practice again shooting, playing the ball, and everything. Why? Because he wants to swing back, to bounce back, to stand up, and fight and overcome. Ang resilience po ay isang emotional muscle na dapat meron po tayo at ito po talaga papalakasin natin. Kasi nakasalalay po dito ang accomplishment ng mga short-term goals natin at ang mga long-term goals natin. At dito po natin makikita kung paano po natin ma-overcome yung mga maliliit na struggle at sometimes yung mga challenges na hindi mo in-expect at bigla na lang bumulaga sa atin. Okay? So kailangan talagang palakasin natin yung heart eh. Kaya always remember this. In DPPI, our goal here is very simple. To sharpen your mind and to strengthen your heart. As long as we are in that direction, I am strongly convinced. Strongly. I am strongly convinced that one day, lahat po tayo dito ay magiging successful. Okay? Convinced po ako doon. Kaya huwag kang bibitiw, kapatid. It's just only a matter of time before we get there, dun sa destination na gusto natin. Now, dahil po sa ongoing pandemic, marami po sa atin na nagkakaroon po ng mga mental health issues. Na minsan, natatakot na sa mga situation na meron, sometimes bumababa na yung mga self-esteem. Minsan, ang dali-dali na nating madi-discourage. Konting no lang ng kliyente, discourage ka na agad. Konting hirap sa galaw, ulan, or kung ano-ano man, discourage ka na agad. And the fact of the matter is this, the journey to success, I never had read, hindi ko talaga nabasa, kapatid, na madali magiging successful. Wala ho akong nabasa. which only means one thing, that we cannot erase the fact that there will always be struggles along the way. Either it's about the business, either it's about you, either it's about the people that surrounds you, your family, or anybody else. Meron talagang haharang sa atin. Hindi ho mangyayari na wala hong haharang. Ewan ko lang sa inyo. Kasi minsan ho, lalo na po yung nasa pandemic po tayo, if my memory serves me right, March 17 po yun eh. March 17 or 16 nung nagdeklara po ng lockdown. Honestly guys, I was so afraid. I was so afraid of the closure because honestly, I really don't know what will happen to the PPI. There was a big question mark at the back of my head. The only thing that at that time that makes the difference is that pumasok sa isipan ko na if I have these apprehensions, I don't want you guys na makita nyo na nagwo-worry ako. I have to project myself that we are confident that we can go through in this pandemic. Because nakasalalay lahat ng during that time, yung lahat ng mga mata during that time was nakatingin po sa leadership. Kung ano ba ang gagawin at kung saan ba tayo papunta. And during that time, believe me or not, I really cannot see where it is going. Hindi ko po talaga makita. I don't know when will be the pandemic ends. I don't know when will be the lockdown ends. Sabi nila, 1 week, 2 weeks, hanggang umabot ng buwan, ilang buwan, isang taon. And honestly, I really don't know. But one thing I do know, I have to fight that battle here inside my brain, inside my head. Did I feel the discouragement? Yes, 101%. I felt it. Was there a time that I wanted to give up? Yes, 101%. Alam niyo naman guys, hindi naman kasi kasalanan if you feel that way. Hindi naman kasi kasalanan if there are times that you think that you wanted to quit. What is wrong is when you quit. Yun po yung mali eh. So as long as you fight the battle here, malaki po ang tsansa na mananalo po tayo. Kaya nga sabi ko eh, first step, we've got to learn how to do the Zoom. So we've tried doing the Zoom. In fact, we were the first realty firm who were able to use Zoom. The developers were not able to know that. We were doing our own Zoom meetings na tayo-tayo lang. Pabalik-balik na nga yung mga recruitment seminars eh. Because we don't have anything to discuss during the time. Pero mini-maintain lang po natin yung mga schedules po natin sa Zoom for only one reason. Just to keep you intact. Yun po yung pinaka-main objective ko. Wala ho akong pakialam kung ano yung magiging topic every time na nagsuzoom po tayo. What is important during the time is I have to keep everyone intact. And true enough, we were able to go through the pandemic. Then we put in all the motivations, we put in all the learnings, then we begin to think na, we can actually use Zoom in order for us to have training para pagdating ng panahon, pag wala na pong pandemic, then everyone is already ready for the big thing. And we never stop. Pandemic was not able to convince us to stop. In fact, we were more busy during the pandemic with so many online schedules. We have so many online schedules. Ang dami ho. Naalala ko po dati, may schedule sa hapon, may schedule sa gabi. Minsan, namamaga na yung mga lalamunan ko. Grabe. But we cannot stop. We should not stop. And we will not stop. And I've been fighting here. inside this thing between my two ears. I fought it here. Kaya, mga kapatid, ito lang po yung sasabihin ko. Will there be a time in your journey towards success na manghihina ka? And the answer is yes. There will be. Meron bang mga time na maisipan mo na gusto mong mag-quit? Yes. A lot of times. Bakit ko nasabi? Kasi I felt it the same way. Pero paano mo nilabanan, Joff? Dito. I feed my mind always with positive things. It's either I read books, I listen to motivational speeches in YouTube, or probably I call someone, mga mentors ko in the past, para makausap ko lang. Para ma-maintain lang po yung positivity in me. Kaya ang pinaka-suggestion ko po sa inyo, find a good mentor. Your upline could be your mentor. Anybody that could bring the best in you, mentor mo yan. Anybody that brings the best in you is actually your mentor. Kasi alam nga naman yung tao na that brings the worst in you. So hindi yun mentor talaga kasi worst eh. But this is the sad reality. No? This is the sad reality. We don't have mentors because we think that we know it all. Yun po yung sad reality. We don't have mentors in our life because we think na alam na po natin lahat. We don't have mentors in our life because we think that we don't need those people to tell us what to do. Yun po yung nasa isipan po natin. We don't seek for mentors because we don't want somebody to correct us. Naalala ko po dati when I was walking closely with my mentors na minsan mapapagalitan talaga. But I always say to myself, there's nothing that I will lose if I will listen and hear to the instruction that they are giving me. Even when I was working in Pepsi Cola and HBR was my boss, I always put it in my mind that walang mawawala sa akin kung pakikinggan ko si HBR at susundin ko yung instruction na. Makakatulong to sa akin at may matutunan pa ako. And true enough. I've learned a lot and I was able to apply it the time na nagkaroon po tayo ng negosyo na po natin. Did it help me build the PPI? A lot. It helped me a lot. And that's the reason why mentors are designed to be part of our lives. Find a mentor. Look for a mentor. And I know you can find one. You can find one. And for the meantime na wala pa po kayong mga mentor, pakinggan nyo na lang muna yung mga videos na meron po tayo. Let me be your mentor for the time being. But I would really suggest find a mentor that you can talk personally, find a mentor that you can go personally, find a mentor that you can grow together personally. Yun po yung napakagandang if you have that. Okay? Now, because of resiliency, we want all of our partners to be rich in these following values. Okay? Gusto po natin mayaman po tayo sa itong mga values na to. Di ba meron tayong core values yung sa DPPI? Discipline, perseverance, passion, and integrity. Yun po yung DPPI core values natin. But in the process of developing our leadership role, our resilient leadership, kailangan po natin na mayaman po tayo dito. Huh? Number one, be resilient. Number two, the integrity na meron po tayo. Yung commitment po natin sa mga goals natin at pati doon sa mga tao natin. And of course, the humbleness, the humility na dapat meron po tayo. Kasi ako, I always believe he who is humble one day will be exalted by God or lifted by God. Just stay humble. Okay? Now, R is for resilience. Ano po yung resilience? No? Ito po, keeping control of the crisis situation. Yun po yung pinakapunot dulo po ng resilience. Keeping control of the crisis situation. Kung may mga crisis situation, kontrolado mo lahat. Hindi ka matataranta, hindi ka magmumukhang, ano ba? Ano ba yung rattlesnake? So, hindi ka magmumukhang rattlesnake kasi in control ka. You are able to handle the problems and understand that itong buhay natin ay puno talaga ng mga pagsubok. At kailangan lang talaga na i-handle siya ng maayos. Integrity. Itong integrity, no, yung moral uprightness, ito moral issue kasi ang integrity. Once ito po ay i-demonstrate mo sa trabaho natin, hindi lang sa trabaho, kundi pati sa katrabaho, sa mga team members natin, not just our team members, but also to our clients, believe me, this is one of the strongest character that we need to have. Why? Because this character will allow you to survive even in the difficult times. Pag meron po kayong integrity. Kasi isang pagkakamali lang po that relates to integrity, lahat po ng kinakayuran mo sa buhay mawawala. Kaya nga, di ba, sabi natin, dito sa DPPI, bawal kayong tumanggap ng pera na ipapadala ng kliyente ninyo na pambayad. As much as possible, we want you na ipahulog nila diretso doon sa bangko ng developer. Bakit I don't allow you? The simple reason, I don't want you to be placed in a situation that you will be tempted. Kasi wala pong malakas na tao sa gitna po ng tentasyon. Always remember that. And that's exactly the reason why I don't want you to put yourself in a situation where will you be tempted. Kasi mahirap po pag ilagay mo yung sarili mo dyan. Patay kang bata ka. Okay? So integrity. Next is commitment. No? Itong quality na to, ito po yung magbibigay sa iyo ng dedikasyon sa mga trabaho po natin. Pag ikaw ay isang committed na tao, ikaw ay makapagbigay ng mga inspirasyon sa mga downlines mo. At kung makikita nila at mararamdaman nila yung commitment mo, eto kapatid, I will be frank and honest with you. It will attract more and more followers and it will develop their confidence in you. A lot of people actually, marami sa atin na minsan nagtatanong po sa akin or nagsasabi sa akin na nahihirapan po silang mag-recruit kasi ang dami po nilang na-recruit pero wala pong committed. Alam mo ano yung sagot ko pag mayroong nagtatanong sa akin dyan o nagsasabi? Ibabalik ko lang sa kanila. Bakit ikaw? Committed ka ba? Kasi kung ikaw ay hindi nila mararamdaman yung commitment mo, kasi ikaw kung hindi nila makikita yung commitment mo, huwag kang mag-expect na sila ay magiging committed din po dito sa negosyo na to. Alam mo, itong negosyo na to is kopya-kopya lang to eh. Kung ano yung nakikita at ano yung nararamdaman, yun din ang kukopyahin at doon yun din ang susundin. Kung ikaw bilang isang leader sa grupo mo, bilang leader ng organisasyon mo, hindi nila mararamdaman na ikaw ay committed sa trabaho na to, maniwala ka man o sa hindi, kapatid, walang susunod sa iyo. Maliwanag po ba? Kaya nga sabi ko sa mga tao always if you have a hard time getting people, I think you need to start fixing your commitment. Because it will begin in there. Our commitment will be seen by people. Our commitment will be felt by people. You cannot fake it. No matter how much you're going to pretend that you are committed, alam niyo po guys, lalabas at lalabas po ang totoong kulay. Don't ever expect that you are able to hold on acting like a committed one. Hindi po mangyayari po yun. So in short, it has to be genuine. It has to come from the heart. And you know what? Committed people, hindi po basta-basta po yan nababalik. Kahit anong pagsubok na meron, kahit anong challenges na meron, pag committed ang isang tao, gagawa at gagawa ng paraan para malusutan at malagpasan ang pagsubok na yan. Kasi committed siya. Di ba? Anong mangyayari sa mga taong hindi committed? Simple. Iiwan ka lang. Di ba? Same through with relationship. If the person that you love is not committed to you, he's gonna leave you behind one day. It's all about commitment. Commitment is not dictated by feelings. It's not dictated by emotions. Commitment is dictated by decisions. Diba sabi ko sa inyo, it is important na right after makinig ang isang tao ng recruitment seminar, it is important na you allow that person to make the decision whether to join or not. Bakit? Because we want that they join because they have decided to join. May kaibahan po yun, guys. For people that have decided to join, they are actually accountable to their own actions. Kaya, pag mayroong mga schedules po yan, PKS man or mga site tour or mga training man yan, hindi mo na kailangan pilitin mag-attend yan. Mag-a-attend yan. Bakit? Because he is committed. Committed po siya. Okay? Dito marami tayong medyo tagilid dyan, okay, with regards to commitment. And I hope na after this talk, you begin to realize that these are essential, and I believe this is very, very important in our success journey. You may not be able to understand it right now, but as you continue to do the business, as you continue to expose yourself here in the business, one day, just one day, you will begin to understand everything of what I am talking about. Maintindihan mo yan one day. Okay? Attend ka lang ng attend. The last one is humility. No? R for resilient, I integrity, C is for commitment, and H is for humility. Humbleness in the midst of achieving success. Yung success ho, huwag po nating ilagay po dito sa utak. Success po, ilagay po natin sa puso. Kasi pag nandito po siya sa puso po, mananatili po yung paa mo na nasa lupa. Hindi mo habol ang recognition, hindi mo habol ang mga, recognition is good, and that is the reason why we're making rewards, we're making sales rally in order to recognize those people that have performed. But what I mean actually is that it will not get into your head. People that are humble are people na hindi po siya entitlement mentality. And I want you to know, malayo ho ang mararating sa mga taong humble. Huwag lang mag-pretend na humble. Okay? Kasi iba yun. Huwag lang mag-pretend na humble. A lot of times, we've been challenged by so many things. No? A lot of times, we've been challenged by a lot of things. And a lot of times, our mind, our heart, and even our soul are sometimes being challenged between doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing. It will always go back to the value system na meron tayo. How we have been raised by our family, by our parents, greatly reflects our ultimate actions eventually in life. How are we going to face challenges? How are we going to face trials and obstacles? It all depends in there. But I want you to understand and know this, na hindi po naman yan acquired na mga traits or acquired na mga characteristics. Yan po naman lahat ay learned characteristics po yan. Whether you have it or not right now, it doesn't really matter. What is really matter is what you are doing on a day-to-day basis in order for you to be able to develop those sets of characters na dapat meron ka. If you talk about resiliency, if you talk about integrity, if you talk about commitment, if you talk about humbleness, it's a process that you and I is going to do with our own individual lives until slowly, little by little, nakikita po natin na nagpo-progress po tayo sa mga bagay at sa mga areas po na yan. Huwag mo lang madaliin po, kapatid. Leadership is a journey as well. As much as success is a journey, leadership is a journey. We learn through the process. Hindi po siya parang isang academic na nag-attend ka ng isang seminar, magte-take ka ng exam at ikaw ay papasa. No. Leadership is different. Leadership is simply, in learning this one, you just have to go to the process. And don't be afraid to make mistakes along the process, along the way. It is because it is in those mistakes that you are able to learn what are the things that are essentials. Kaya nga sabi ko doon sa mga nag-attend ng mga Facebook ads workshop, kung attend ka lang ng attend at hanggat hindi mo sinusunod ang proseso at subukan mo talaga, I'm sorry to tell you, it will never give you the result that you wanted. Why? Because in the first place, you never did really do it. Diba? In the first place, you really never did do it. You attend trainings, you attend seminars, you attend workshop. Well, that's good. But not until you are able to apply what are the things that you have learned on those workshops, seminars, and whatever things na inatinan po ninyo, until you are going to apply it one by one, step by step, little by little, you will never be able to see results. And that's the reason why, alam nyo naman ko, ang time na binigay po natin for Facebook ads workshop. This coming Saturday, we have another workshop in the office. You know bakit? Because a lot of people keeps on attending. But unfortunately, only a few that really does it. Diba? Attend ng attend, but only a few that really does it. So anong nangyari? O hindi nagkaresulta. O sino yung nagkaresulta? Ay yung gumagawa. Diba? So if you are attending workshop, if you are attending training, PKS, CITOR, or whatever, that is half of the story. The other half of the story is when you do it. Sir Joff, hindi ko pa nagawa kasi hindi pa ako marunong. Precisely. Apply what you just have learned. Don't bother the things that you don't learn yet. Apply the things that you learn. What if magkamali ako, Sir Joff? So be it. Because in making mistakes, that is exactly where you can remember where you made the mistakes. Again, just do it. Because if you make the mistakes, you will exactly remember what is that mistake is all about. The next time you're going to do it, you know na dito nagkamali ako. Ito ang tama. Oh. So learn, attend, apply. Just apply. So yung mga napakinggan nyo ng mga workshop, mga training at kung ano-ano pa, those are useless unless you are going to apply it. Friends, hindi pa po tayo tapos ha. Mahaba pa po itong training na to. Part 1 lang muna to. Part 1 kasi 1 hour na. I don't want to take you so long. I want to keep it an hour. I don't have to rush it out, no? Because my intention is really for you to really be able to digest it. Okay? So as we bid ourselves goodbye, I thank you for joining with me this afternoon. And by the way, if you have your downlines na hindi po napanood ang video na to, kindly tell them that this video will stay in the FB group. You can actually share it. Allow them to listen. Please, please. Mawawala po ang saysay sa mga pinag-uusapan po natin today or this afternoon if you are not going to share it. Share it to your team. Yun kasi yung problema natin eh. The information stops at us because we don't share videos, information, and everything. Share nyo sa group chat nyo para everyone will have the access to this talk. No? Kasi importante po yun eh. Okay? So thank you very much and hope to see you in one of those meetings, no, face-to-face. And at the same time, makita-kita rin po tayo talaga sa personal ba para magkakausap-usap po tayo. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye-bye!